What business can I start this year? How do I come up with my business idea? Is it possible for me to start a business this year? These are the questions I get all the time. And here's the good news. There's never been a better time to create, launch, start a business or be in business or pivot into a new business. It's only getting easier. The tools are getting more accessible. Everything's becoming more democratized because of the internet. This is a whole new world. So I'm so excited for you that you're having these questions and you're excited about business. What I want to do in today's episode is give you 3 businesses that you can start this year with literally $0. Like you can start these with nothing, because that's one of the other questions. Oh, I don't have any money to start a business. So you don't have to have any money to start these businesses, and you don't have to have lots of time. You can start these on the side while you're still working your day job or whatever else you're doing, or if you're a busy mom or dad, or you're taking care of somebody, or you're full-time in school. My students have done all of these. They have had all those seasons of life, and they've still started these businesses. So you can start it with no time, no money. I'm going to give you 3 business models and give you real examples of my students so you can see just how crazy and possible this is. So we'll get super practical today. And my hope is that by the end of this episode, you will have picked one of these 3 business models to chase after, and it will at least have your idea humming so you can get to work and build the business of your dreams. Welcome to the Graham Cochran Show, where each week I break down the mindsets, strategies, and habits you need to build a highly profitable and life-giving business. I'm your host, Graham Cochran. So honored to have some of your time today. Your time is the most valuable asset you have. So it's an honor that you spend some of it with me today. If you're watching on YouTube, I see you. I love all the comments and the likes. Thank you for subscribing. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or whatever your podcasting app is of choice, I appreciate you popping me in your ear pods or whatever as you go about your day, drive in your car, do your dishes, all of these things. Honored to spend some of my day with you. We're going to dive in, and it's going to help you figure out what business to start this year with 0 down and hardly any time. So it sounds like a car commercial. 0 down, literally. This is the truth. This is actually good news. It's like that news that sounds too good to be true, but it actually is true. This is my story. I've done it multiple times, and so have my students. I'm excited for you. And I want to give you a resource so you, even if you don't finish this episode, you can take this and go launch your business in the next 30 days. Like, let's just give you a framework for that. It's my 30-day online income jumpstart guide. People love this guide, and they have launched multi 5-figure and 7-figure businesses, 6 and 7-figure businesses off of this model, right? Literally, I have people who haven't even bought anything from me who have taken this jumpstart guide and gone out and made $45,000. Very rare. So that's not typical. Most of my students go apply this, and 30 days from now, they're making $400, $500, $700, $1,000. That's more of the range that's doable and realistic. Anything's possible. And everyone's an outlier, but this realistically, you could go from no business idea or experience to putting a few $100s in your pocket in 30 days if you do what I teach. And it's a free guide. It's not even a book. You don't even have to read it. It's just bullet points. I made it as fast as possible because I don't have time to read a ton of stuff. So just pick it up. It's going to walk you through a 4-week step-by-step checklist of how to figure out your idea, how to start to build a little bit of an audience, craft an offer, launch it to them in 30 days, and make money in 30 days. It's awesome. And what you will have done secretly is build the framework and the groundwork for your business that can actually scale to 6 figures, 7 figures, multi-7 figures, right? It's the same framework that I use, okay? And I've done millions of dollars off this framework, but you're going to get it started in 30 days. It's free too. Did I tell you that? Go download it. It's just a PDF. GrahamCochran.com/jumpstart. GrahamCochran.com/jumpstart. Or if you're watching on YouTube, I'm linking to it below this video, and launch this business in the next 30 days. All right. So now let's get into it. If you're like, okay, I'm not an action taker, I want to listen a little bit longer. Let me walk you through these 3 business ideas. Like I said, I built 2 7-figure online businesses. I started in food stamps, and not knowing anything about business, definitely nothing about online business or funnels or courses or marketing or any of that stuff. But I've been able to create 2 7-figure businesses and 2 very different niches. And my very first million business was in a hobby niche. A lot of people I've been hearing talking about this, and this just came up on my mind because I was seeing this in the Kajabi Facebook group. People saying, are there any examples of people selling businesses or having course businesses where they're not teaching people how to make money? I'm like, yeah, most businesses are not money-making businesses in the sense that that's what you're teaching. Like, where have we got the idea that the only way to make money is to teach people how to make money? I do that now in my second business, but I have made literally millions of dollars teaching broke musicians how to record music at home on a budget. Okay? It's about as hobbyist as you get. This isn't even like golf hobby where they have lots of money because they play golf. No, this is broke musician, starving artist hobby. I made millions of dollars off of that niche. And that's what most people are doing. So anyway, I've done it. I've learned that the best businesses these days have 4 things in common. You ready for it? There are more tools readily available to make it easy to start. So the best business these days have super easy tools, like all-in-one tools like Kajabi. If you need an online tool to launch your business, go to grahamcochran.com/Kajabi. I'll give you a double free trial, bonus courses if you use my link. It costs you nothing. You can check out Kajabi. I'm an affiliate for it, so I'll get a kickback if you become a customer. But if you don't, or even if you do, it doesn't even matter. But if you want to support me, use my link. But either way, Kajabi is like a tool. That's what I run my businesses on. And there's lots of other tools that do similar stuff. Kajabi just kind of paved the way. And it's the best. But the tools make it so easy. So all the businesses that I teach these days have that in common. They have little to no startup costs. Like I said, you can start all 3 of these for $0. They can be built on the side while you work your day job. I had to build my business while I was unemployed because I lost 2 jobs in 10 months. So I had lots of time, which was great because I knew not what I was doing. So it took me about 1.5 years to really get some traction working almost full time. You won't take that long because I've given you the shortcut. Just download my online income jumpstart guide that I just mentioned at the top of this episode of jumpstarting the process for you. And the 4th thing they have in common is they can scale easily without you needing to work more hours. Oh, I love this. I love this. That's like advanced. That's where I want you to go. Some people are like, oh, I can't, that sounds impossible. Very possible. It's not as important right now. You just need to launch your business and make money. But just know that if you do it right, boy, you can scale this thing. I work so few hours and I make so much more money than I ever thought possible. And the two are not related. It's fascinating, but that's just advanced, right? So the number one question I get is, how do I come up with a business idea? Okay. And they think I got to launch the next Uber or Airbnb or, Tesla. But here's the deal is you already have the idea right under your nose. I wrote about this in my book, How to Get Paid for What You Know. You are sitting on a gold mine, right? That's the first words in that book. You already have it inside of you. That's the great news. I'm going to help you flesh it out. The problem is that people have too many ideas and they're distracted because they're looking at the other businesses that other people are doing. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to get really, really focused. So I'm going to break this down simply today and give you 3 different business models and some tangible ways to get started in each of those models. You pick the one that most resonates with you. Okay, so listen to all 3 models. All 3 can make you tons of money. All 3 can be wildly successful and fulfilling and fun. Just pick the model that most resonates with you in this season. And I've done all 3, by the way, and I'm doing all 3, but you just start with one. Ready? You ready for this? I'm going to give it to you on a silver platter. Business model number 1 is a coach or consultant. Coach or consultant. It's one of the fastest and easiest businesses to start because it's based on what you already know. It's transfer of knowledge. It's transfer of experience. Don't use the word expertise. We're not going to use that word. It's the transfer of knowledge and experience. You have both. What are you knowledgeable about? What have you had experience with, right? What are the things your friends are always asking you about or advice on or your opinion on? Is it that they ask you for your opinion on shopping for fashion, like clothes shopping? Does this look good on me? What should I buy? You always dress well. Does this outfit look good? What would you wear with this? I have a big interview coming up. What outfit should I pick out? If they're asking you questions about fashion, it's probably because you are very fashionable. You have knowledge and experience, even if it's not book knowledge. I'm not talking about school or a degree. I'm talking about you've gravitated to this, you've watched YouTube videos, you've read books, you've listened to podcasts, you've just naturally experienced it, and you've had years of doing this, or last 12 months, you dove deep into this, and now people are noticing it, so much so they're noticing and asking your opinion on something. Ding, 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 ding. I probably could coach or consult other people with this. The consultant word trips people up because it sounds very corporate-y and professional. So you could throw that word out, coach. The coach word can trip people up too because they think, well, I haven't learned how to coach. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you how to do that. But all a coach does is empower someone else to do their thing well, to bring about transformation in that other person. Do you know, this is crazy. Do you know that a lot of football, NFL coaches weren't ever NFL players? And they get paid millions of dollars to coach the best NFL players, the best football players in the world. That's crazy. Should tell you something. You don't have to even done the thing that you're coaching people to do. You just have to have knowledge and experience around it and have the ability to help people get from point A to point B, help them see transformation. That's it. And so here's the great thing about this business model of coaching, right? This is how I started. Whatever your thing is, I started helping people teach me, like musicians specifically, how to produce their music on their own. I'd done it as a high schooler. It was fun. I learned about it. Like it was my passion, my hobby. I did go to college for it to learn more about it, but only because I was obsessed with it. And my parents made me go to college. I was just trying to be a rock star, but I was like, if I'm going to go to college, I might as well hang out in a recording studio. I just wanted to teach other people what I knew. Here's the other thing. You don't need a website to get started. You don't need any equipment. You don't even need a product to sell. You don't even need to take time to film a course or build a product. You just need your brain, right? So it's so cool. Think about it this way. The easiest people to help or coach or consult are those who are just like you before you saw results, right? So you just have to be steps ahead of them. Have you lost weight in the last 12 months? And people are like, wow, how'd you lose weight? You can help people who need to lose weight, right? Because you were them once and you're now a little bit further than them. You can bring them along to where you are. That's all a coach is doing, is either bringing them along to where you are or being that person to encourage them, motivate them like, yes, you can do this. I've done it. I've been there. Don't give up. You can do this. So here's how you start this coaching consulting business. I'm just going to give it to you super practical, right? Focus on solving 2 to 3 common problems for that certain group of people, or help them achieve 2 to 3 desirable outcomes. And you can start this with your existing social media following, your existing friend circle, little groups that you're in, email threads, your actual family. I mean, you could start with your existing people, right? So what are the 2 to 3 common problems that those people have? And if you don't know, you should know. You can think about literally what 2 to 3 problems you had when you were getting started. When the fashion person, when you realize like your clothing looks stupid, you don't look put together. What were the problems? You're like, well, I don't know what to buy at the store. I don't feel attractive in what I'm wearing. I don't feel confident. Like, what were those problems you had before you went on this journey to discover like how to put together an outfit and look fashionable or lose weight or whatever? 2 to 3 common problems, pain points that you had and that most people probably have. And then what are the 2 to 3 desirable outcomes that they want? Well, I wanted to feel confident. I wanted people to respect me and take me seriously in my outfit. I wanted to look professional in a job interview. I wanted people to think I was attractive, or I wanted people to like my style and notice me. What are those outcomes? I wanted to be able to wake up, go into my closet and know exactly that I have exactly the clothes I want, and I can just pick an outfit quickly, not staring at my closet like, gosh, what shirt am I gonna wear? This is all stupid. I hate the way I look. Whatever that outcome is, you probably know. Just write the 2 to 3 problems that these groups of people have, or desirable outcomes they want, and then reach out to your friends or your social network or your social, media accounts. And here's what you do. This is so simple. You say, look, you post publicly, I'm opening up or offering 2 to 3 coaching slots for a certain group of people, fill in the blank, who struggle with these common pain points, fill in the blank, and want to achieve these common desirable outcomes. So here's the template. Hey, everyone. Just letting you know, I'm opening up 2 to 3 new coaching slots. You can even say new. People are like, I didn't even know you did coaching. But this is how you're alerting. You're raising your hand to let the world know that you're a coach now, because they're not going to know and they're not going to hire you until you say I'm a coach now. And guess what? The moment you decide to coach, you're a coach. This is how I started this second brand. I was known for the music thing. I was doing that business. I wanted to be a business coach. So I started posting on Facebook, hey, I'm a business coach and I'm opening up business coaching slots. You don't have to wait till people come ask you. You can invite yourself to the party and just announce to the world, hey, I'm opening up 2 to 3 coaching slots to help, busy moms who want to lose weight, or busy moms, a certain group of people who struggle with their weight and who want to lose 20 pounds in the next 90 days, or who want to look good for bathing suit season. Opening up 2 to 3 coaching slots to help this group of people, men, women, children, musicians, students, business owners, cat lovers. Like who's the person? I want to help this person who struggle with these common pain points achieve these common results. Or it can be one pain point and one result. It's that simple. Who, what they struggle with, what transformation they want. And you just say, you put that on the internet, and then you say, if you're interested in that or what that looks like, DM me, message me, email me, respond, whatever. You are now putting out the qualifiers, and then you can, in private, work out the details, right? So for example, let's say after becoming a dad, I am one, I got so busy, I put on weight, I became unhealthy, very common. But in the last year, I got myself in shape. I got serious one year. I got myself in shape. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I did the work. I was focused. I lost 40 pounds. Now I'm looking amazing, let's say. I might decide to coach a similar group of people who were like the way I was. And I'd probably reach out on social media or my friend group and say, hey, if you're a busy dad who wants to get in shape and look amazing with your shirt off, send me a message. I'm opening up a few coaching slots for new clients. So simple, right? And that's just one example. You can do fashion stylist. You can be a fashion stylist. I've hired one of these. Okay. How to DIY fix your motorcycle. One of my students does this, coaches on this. Or you could coach people with English pronunciation for native Japanese speakers. That's one of my students as well who does that. Any one of these things are experiences they have, and you can coach somebody for free. And then, privately, when they message you, you can work out a package, a price, and really you're figuring out what pain points they have, and you're testing it out. How do you want help? How often would you like to meet? You could throw out ideas and see what works for them, and you make up your packages as you go. Okay? Coach or consultant. No website, no product, no marketing, no nothing that is needed. You just decide who you're going to help, what you're going to help them do, let the world know, start interacting with people, jump on Zoom calls, make up a price. They can pay you on PayPal, or they can Venmo you money, and you can figure it out from there. Business number 2 is freelancing or a professional service. Freelancing or a professional service, right? So where coaching or consulting is giving people your brain, like transferring your knowledge and experience and wisdom to them. It's like your brain. Freelancing or professional service is when they hire you to do something for them. So similar, you don't need a product, but it's not just spending my time coaching you and transferring knowledge. It's in helping you achieve something. That's sort of like me helping you DIY your life. Now it's doing it for you. I'm doing the service for you. And this is great too. So you're going to recognize these. Professional services, freelance services are typically like a designer. You could create logos or websites or graphics for people. You could be a ghostwriter, right? You take someone's ideas, you write their content for a book for them or their blog posts. You could do a video editing service where all the content creators on YouTube, social media need video editors more than ever. It's a great business to be in. If you like creating video or editing video, you can just do the video for them. Or if you're good at social media and growing a following, you can be a social media manager. You can manage other people's social media followings. I got a buddy of mine who's doing this. He lost a job, started a new business in my church, managing social media accounts for people and other businesses because he's good at it. You just post, you engage, you do creative stuff for them. You're doing a service. So the great thing about having a service-based business, a freelance business, is that it's easier than ever to find clients for it. Again, the tools have allowed you to find clients so easy. So websites like Fiverr, Upwork, you can quickly create a profile and use that language. I help these people who are struggling with this achieve this. But instead of in the coaching sense, you're doing it for them. And so you tell them who you help and what services you offer, and offer them introductory pricing so that you get your name out there. You can start getting some client work, and you can start building reviews, because it's on a review system, which is great for these Fiverr, Upwork, these other platforms. And let me give you a script. I just wrote up a simple email script that you can use to get started if you want to reach out to people directly. So have your profile on Fiverr, Upwork, there's lots of others. And then reach out to people who you think could use your help. I get these all the time. Some of them are really bad. Most of them are really bad because they're just not taking the time to personalize it a little bit. But people reach out to me wanting to help me all the time. And sometimes, most of the time I'll ignore it. But when I really am like, I do need someone to manage my YouTube thumbnails. If it's the right time and they're offering to help me with that in the convergence, I'll respond to the email. So you want to email people and reach out. So find people who are your target market. They may not need your help. You don't know, but invite yourself to the party. Remember, don't wait for them to invite you. Invite yourself to the party. So here's a script. Hey, first name, if you haven't heard, I've started a new business offering blank type of service to blank ideal type of client. And you came to mind as someone I'd love to work with. You can tweak that. This is if you know them loosely, you could say that, or you can make it a little bit more professional. I'm a new type of business. I'm a new business. And you can be honest that it's a new business. You don't have to if you want to play big, that's fine. But this script is about playing the I'm new card and being honest. This type of service for this type of ideal client, you came to mind as someone I love to work with. This is a powerful statement because it's not just I need money. I want to work with you. And that does something psychologically that makes people feel like, oh, I like this. I want to work with him too. Because he wants to work with me. He doesn't just want my money. And it's true if you pick people you really would love to work with. And it's a good frame for you in general to have, which is don't be desperate and just work with anybody. Work with people you want to work with. There's plenty of fish in the sea, so take the time to just work with the people you want to work with. So then the next part of the script is, are you currently looking for help with blank type of problem that you solve? If so, I'd love to jump on a call and hear more of what you're trying to accomplish in the next 6 to 12 months and see if I can help you achieve those goals. I'd also be happy to offer you discounted introductory pricing, smiley face. Let me know if this would be something of interest to you. Sincerely, your name. See how simple that was? Like, you're being honest that, hey, new business, introductory pricing. Let me give you an example of how my wife did this. I wasn't planning on sharing this story. It's really simple. My wife started out as a wedding and portrait photographer. Did it for years in Virginia, where we used to live. Then we moved to Tampa. She did it in Tampa. And she's really good. But she hated it. She hated it. She was a freelancer, hated it. So she pivoted not away from photography, but the type of photography. So she had years and years and years of a portfolio of experience as a wedding portrait photographer, but she wanted to pivot into product commercial photography, meaning taking pictures of companies or brands' products and styling them for magazine covers, for your website hero image, for ads, for billboards, catalogs, social media, your purse in a style, beautiful product, your planner, your candy, your lotions. She's done all of these for massive names. She had a vision for that. Great. Problem was she had no experience doing it and had no portfolio. She had to one day go into her website and delete 10 years almost of work portfolio because it did not reflect the work she was about to do. Nobody cares if she shot weddings if she's trying to get hired to film or photograph your products for your brand. So she almost was starting from zero. So it's almost like starting all over again. She knew she was good, but she had to convince other people to work with her. So what she did is she found someone who she loosely knew, who had spoken at a conference that she'd been to. So she met her. I don't know if the gal remembered her, may have. My wife is memorable and because she's incredible and lovely and an engaging personality, has a unique name, Shay, but may not have remembered her. But she knew that this gal was like an ideal client, big name, big company, and had a planner, an annual planner that was really popular. And Shay really wanted to practice on like that type of product. And so she reached out to her, said, hey, you might remember me. Was at your conference, your workshop. This is what I do. straight up, I've been doing weddings and portraits forever, but I'm pivoting into product styling photography. And I would love the chance to style and photograph your stuff. And I'll do it for free if you just give me the chance to work on your stuff and I can use the photos. If you don't like them, you don't have to use them, but give me a chance to photograph your stuff, because I would love to work with you. You're like my ideal client. I think it'd be beautiful. And if you like it, you have the photos for free. I just want to put them in my portfolio. So her first gig wasn't even for pay. It was for portfolio building. And what happened was she said yes, of course. And she said yes. Shay did such a great job. It wasn't her best work. Shay got much better, but she did a good enough job. This gal started using it for her catalog, her website, and started telling other people, hey, if you need someone to photograph your product, use Shay. Her business took off. She never ran out of clients, to the point where she had to shut it down, turn off the faucet, and pivot into something else because it wasn't sustainable. She wanted to move away from the freelance service to a digital product. She's married to me, hello, and I love like working as few hours as possible and scaling. So eventually she scaled into to her new business, Social Squares, which is rebranding Elevate Images, but that's neither here nor there. So it starts by just reaching out and being honest where you are. Again, no website needed, no product needed, no money needed. You just get clear on who you help, what you help them solve, and you reach out and you get started. I'm going to give you the third business, and then I'm going to give you a list of my current students that have really crazy cool businesses. I want you to see these to get ideas. So we talked about coach or consultant. We talked about freelance or professional service. And number 3 business you can start this year with $0 down is being a creator. A creator. So do you already use platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter? Do you want to, or are you already posting regular content? Hopefully, if you're following my stuff, you're doing some of the stuff, podcasts. Congratulations, you're a creator. And yes, you should know by now that you can build an income or business around your passions as a creator on these platforms, right? So let's look at YouTube, for example, because I love YouTube and it's been my bread and butter for 14 years. As a creator on a platform like YouTube, there are 3 primary ways you can make money. YouTube ad revenue. You get to a certain number of subscribers, usually 1,000, certain number of hours watched, people have watched your content. It's not too hard, but you put in the work, you build a channel, and eventually YouTube rewards you and they allow you to flip on the monetization switch, which means they will run ads at the beginning of your videos or overlay ads. You get to pick the type of ads, but now other companies are advertising on your videos. Well, you get paid for that. Right? That's how you can make a lot of money if you have millions of views, is a lot of people seeing the ads and you get a fraction of a penny or whatever every time or every second somebody watches an ad. So ad revenue becomes available to you on YouTube just for making videos. Sponsored posts and brand deals. Again, if you have a big audience or a highly targeted audience, brands will see you and they will want to pay you to mention them in a video. You can make a video all about their product, or it can be a sponsor of a product. You see this all the time, I'm sure, on YouTube. You can make good money doing this. Or number 3, you can sell your own products. Specifically, even more than that, you can sell your own online video course. My all-time personal favorite, right? Those are just 3 ways you can make money on YouTube. So this is simple. You already know this. I'm teaching this. You start creating content or education around a topic that you love, that you're knowledgeable about, that you're passionate about. You don't worry about getting all your ducks in a row. You just start and you get consistent. And the same key applies from the first 2 businesses, getting really clear on who is this channel going to be for? Who is this content going to be for? What problems do they have? What results do they want? The same thing. Know the who and the what they're struggling with and what they want. The who and the 2 whats. Knowing that will make your channel that much more powerful, or your podcast that much more powerful, or your blog that much more powerful, or your TikTok that much more powerful, because you're going to have focused content for the right person. So that you got to figure out, do that work first, and then you just post consistently. Upload. My buddy Sean Cannell at Think Media, just press record, just upload. Like, get out of your head. Don't make it perfect. If you want to see bad YouTube videos, go to the Recording Revolution's YouTube channel, click on videos and sort by oldest to newest. And you will find my very first uploads in 2009, 2010. I filmed them in 2009. They uploaded January 2010 when I officially launched that channel. They're awful. Just laugh at my face and see how bad I was and how bad those videos were. I've since made millions and millions of dollars. Those videos launched my business, made me a millionaire, made me a success online. that channel over 600,000 subscribers, vanity metrics, doesn't matter. That's where it started. Ugly, but I just kept posting. I didn't stop every single week for 14 years, never stopped, right? Look at what kind of content styles are trending. Look at what kind of topics are trending. Imitate those styles. They're trending for a reason. Give you an example. My daughter, Chloe, she's 13 now. When she was 12, she wanted to start a YouTube channel. And she wanted to make a channel on her screen recording being in a video game called Roblox. And she's building these houses in this game. And so she did a screen recording. I taught her how to do it, got her screen flow. She uploaded the video to a brand new channel. She just started. And she's like, all right, Dad, I've got my channel created. I got a video. What do I title it? How do I get this started? Okay. So all I did was tell her how to title the video based off of what the video is about. Put those words in the description. We uploaded the video. She has 0 subscribers. Brand new channel that day. We went out, had lunch, came back 3 hours later. She's ranking. That video is ranking on page 1 when you YouTube search that video game. Wow. Day 1, 0 followers, never done a YouTube video before, showing up on the first page. That's how democratized a platform like YouTube is for new creators. It's easier than ever to get discovered on these platforms. Back in the day, the bigger the channel you had, the more you dominated the search results. Not true anymore. It helps, but not like it did before. Now they really want to elevate new creators. So become a creator, post consistently for the right audience. And once you have that audience, you can monetize through ad revenue, brand deals, or my favorite, building a product. And that's what I teach here, building a product you can sell. You can also sell coaching. You can also sell consulting or service. I sell all 3, I've done all 3. So we need to wrap this up because there's so much. What I want to do before we're done here is I want to just share with you. I'm going to read it through. I asked my community. I know a ton of these, but I just posted in my 6-figure coaching community, which you should join sometime if you've already launched your business. Once you launch and you're ready to scale it, you need to join my 6-figure coaching community. It'll get you to 6 figures. You don't have to be 6 figures to join. Everyone's trying to get to 6 figures and beyond. They're all in crazy cool niches. Here's just a bunch of it, because I said this earlier. People think, it's the only way to make money is to tell people how to make money. Are you freaking kidding me? Most businesses are not about teaching people how to make money. Most ads you see are because you're interested in business and the internet knows that. And so they're feeding you ads about that. So you're seeing nothing but business gurus. That's not the reality of what most businesses are. How much money is made in toilet paper? We all need it. We all buy it. That's not teaching you how to make money. That's just giving you a product to wipe your okay? So you can make money. All of these students have made over $1,000 in their business minimum. Most of them are some of them are doing 6 figures. Most of them are full-time. But minimum, proof you can make over $1,000 doing something weird. Elena, okay? She is a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. And instead of legal firms making money and doing consulting, being like a firm that does consultations on hourly calls and filing immigration cases to the government, she's doing that on her own. She's gone on her own to coach people how to immigrate legally into Canada. How random is that? Mary helps fundraisers raise more money by using the data they collect from the gifts. She's got coaching, membership, standalone courses, and communities helping people who fundraise, raise more money. That's awesome. Colin, one of my buddies, Colin, he makes a full-time living teaching people how to make music in a free app called GarageBand. It's probably on your iPhone or your Mac. How awesome is that? He makes a full-time living teaching people how to make music on a free piece of software. Julie teaches and coaches people to be voiceover talent. She's been doing that since the 90s. Now she's just doing it all online. Alyssa is a productivity coach for work-at-home introverted moms who often homeschool 3+ kids and are Christians. Talk about a defined niche. She's got to be like the expert in that niche, the name that people think of, because if you're a Christian, stay-at-home, work-from-home mom who homeschools 3+ kids and is introverted, I'm going to hire Alyssa to be productive. That's amazing. Travis teaches youth baseball players how to play baseball. And he teaches beginner youth baseball coaches how to improve their coaching. Over $1,000 a month now and growing. I already mentioned Aiko. She's doing multi six figures teaching native Japanese speakers how to pronounce English better. Find their English voices. Brandon teaches the Bible. He teaches the Bible. I have a lot of Christian friends that are like, can you make money teaching the Bible? I'm like, well, that's what pastors do. They get paid to teach the Bible. Why can't you do that online? He's got over 200,000 followers on YouTube. He created an online community, by the way. This is so cool. An online community to help grow spiritually and understand the Bible better, pray for one another, ask questions. Over 2,500 people signed up in the first week. Okay, Leah, she teaches martial arts. When the pandemic hit, she took her martial arts school, her dojo, online. She says, I had groups of people fending off imaginary attackers and swinging wooden swords in their living rooms on Zoom for 15 months. Now that she's back in person, she still has tons of coaching clients online. She's launched, it grossed over $17,000 off of just her course on Kajabi. Caleb, his wife and him work together. They help women who are homemakers, stay-at-home moms, sew their own dresses. They design digital press patterns and offer sewing and homemaking support. Joaquin, he's a Hollywood film and TV editor that helps aspiring editors navigate the path to overcome the struggles of working in the post-production industry. He's done one-on-one and group sessions, and this summer he's releasing his first digital course. He has a podcast. TV and film editing. Henrika, she works with creatives who are making their own story projects like comic books and films and exhibitions and books. How random, how unique are these niches? What do they have in common? Nothing other than they are the literal expression of those individual people. They are businesses, niches built around them as a person and what they know. I don't know how to do any of those things. Well, I know how to do the music one. I don't know how to do any of those things. So I would never be able to build those businesses, but they all have made at least $1,000. 80 to 90% of those people I just listed are doing full-time income, mostly six figures. The great news is now today, unlike days past where you had to pick a market that was profitable and you had to build a business around that market. Like I'm going to own a gas station, or I'm going to open up a doctor's office, or I'm going to get into real estate. And none of those things are bad, but there was paths and you had to choose one of the paths. Today, you walked your own unique path based off of your life experience, because the internet has opened you up to other people who would benefit from the path you've already walked. And you can now find them for free, connect with them for free, and serve them powerfully and make a full-time living online. And I just gave you 3 business models: the coaching model, the freelance model. So do it yourself, teach people how to do it yourself, do it for them or with them, or just be a creator, create content and build the audience around the content and then sell products to that audience. That one is similar in a lot of ways to the coach, because then you can coach through your products. But you can also become a better freelancer and have more freelance clients by being a creator and having content. See how they work together? I do all 3 and have done all 3. But you could pick any one of those and start with $0 and do it on the side. One of my students, Lane, I've talked about him before, he started his business teaching and helping pastors preach better sermons. His brand's called Sermon Donkey. And he went from working as a pastor and then starting his business on the side. And what he did when he came into my ecosystem to get serious about it, he already written some ebooks and was already helping some people, but he really wasn't financially stable enough in the business to jump ship. And what coming through my community and buying my course and all that stuff. What he did was he committed to waking up earlier each day, an hour earlier in the morning. He might have done some evenings sometimes, but he would wake up. He said, where can I squeeze an extra hour in my day? Well, I'm just going to get up earlier. So he gave up a little bit of sleep to work on his online business, an hour a day. And he got a good 5 extra hours a week. He slowly built a course, slowly built a following, slowly built his creator business, his coaching business, to the point where he was making almost half the amount of money that his salary gave him, and he had savings. And he's like, I'm going to jump ship. Jumped ship, replaced his income within less than a year. He's now doing 6 figures. His wife was able to quit her job and come work for him. And now they both work from home. They moved from Tennessee to their favorite place, which was the Panhandle of Florida, the 30A area, if you're familiar. So they can live near the beach, bought a house, work from home with his wife. Kids are at home, 6 figures. And it all started by helping pastors preach better sermons. Friend, there is no excuse for you to not start a business this year. You may not reach all your income goals this year, but you know how you reach your income goals? You start this year. You start now. So my question for you is, and here's your action. Pick one of those two, one of those three. Which of those 3 business models are you going to start your business this year? It's 2023. It's still early. Do it. You can do it. Which one of those 3? Coach, freelancer, creator? Comment below. If you're listening, just decide and say it out loud. I'll listen. Graham, I'm going to be a freelancer. I'm going to start my coaching business. I'm going to do a creator business. Okay, which one? And then if you're really serious and you want to start it in the next 30 days, why don't you download my 30-day online income jumpstart guide, grahamcochran.com/jumpstart, or link to it below if you're watching. That gives you the steps, bro, to just go from great idea, Graham, this is inspiring and helpful, to like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And you can do this in less than 3 hours a week. Okay? Download it, pick one of those business models, and for all things holy, just do something. Just start. Go ugly early. It's going to get better. It's messy, but the future you will thank the current you for starting. We all started the same way. All right? This is your year. I'm serious about it. If this was helpful, let me know. Give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe if this was helpful. And if you have any questions, leave comments below. Of course, we can dialogue in the comments. Have an amazing week. Thanks for listening to this episode. You know I love you. I appreciate you. Go build that highly profitable and life-giving business. I'll see you in another episode real soon.